Chiefs Kingdom, lean in for a second, because a true game changer might just be peeking through the trade window. Quinnen Williams, yes, that Quinnen Williams could be available, and if there's even a crack in that door, Kansas City needs to stick a cleat in it. We're talking about one of the most disruptive interior forces in football. Pair him with Chris Jones and you don't just improve the defense. You rewrite what offenses can even attempt against Kansas City. If the Jets are willing to listen, Brett Veach has to pick up the phone. This is the kind of opportunity that only shows up a few times in a championship run. And look, this doesn't mean you abandon the long game or panic because of a headline. It means you recognize when a rare piece fits your puzzle so perfectly that it might be irresponsible not to chase it. Let's set the scene. The Jets are spiraling, and when teams spiral late in October, the rumor mill catches fire. That's where Quinnen's name has suddenly resurfaced, because stars on struggling teams draw interest like moths to a stadium light. Williams isn't hype, he's production on tape. We're talking Pro Bowls, all-pro level stretches, double teams that still get walked into the pocket, and a motor that makes your guard and center question their life choices. Any defensive coordinator in the league would build around a player like that. Contract-wise, he's paid like the elite talent he is. That means he's expensive, but it also means you know exactly what you're getting over multiple seasons. For a team in win-right-now mode with a dynasty core, that cost can be a feature, not a bug. Now zoom in on Kansas City. Chris Jones is still the sun the Chiefs' front seven orbits. He's a closer, a problem solver, a weekly blueprint destroyer. But the rotation behind him has been a rotating door of stopgaps, flashes, and almosts. Slide a second alpha next to 95 and you take the load off everybody, edge rushers, linebackers, the secondary, even the offense that won't feel like it must score on every drive. Rumors like this pick up traction for a reason. General managers start calling, agents start whispering, and teams facing a bleak winter start asking if flipping a blue-chip player can reset the board. That's the climate we're in right now. From the Chiefs' vantage point, the timing is beautiful. The offense is settling into its identity. The special teams are clean. The defense, already nasty, could go from problem to unsolvable. The scariest teams are the ones that can win multiple styles, and an overwhelming interior gives you every style you want. Let's talk fit. Steve Spagnuolo lives for interior havoc. He wants to squeeze the pocket from the inside, make quarterbacks climb into pressure, and force those floating, late-developing throws that turn into tip drill interceptions. Quinnen Williams is a master of that exact script. On early downs, he massacres zone runs by knifing across the face and resetting the line of scrimmage. On gap concepts, he stalemates doubles and still finds the ball. That turns 2nd and 5 into 2nd and 9, and Spags can dial up the heat. On money downs, he's a two-way problem. Give him one-on-one and he'll forklift a guard straight back into the lap of your QB. Slide protection his way and Chris Jones is living rent-free on the other side. Offensive lines don't have 5 answers for 2 interior Wolverines. This isn't just about sacks. It's about collapsing throwing lanes, ruining timing, and forcing quarterbacks to turtle on 3rd and medium. It's about making tight ends chip more, keeping extra backs in protection, and limiting the kind of route combinations that usually stress a defense. It's ripple effects on ripple effects. And think about the red zone. Kansas City already forces teams to kick by shrinking space with pressure and match coverages. Add Quinnen next to Jones and those interior doubles turn into quick losses. RPOs get muddy. Sprint outs die early. You turn 7s into 3s, and 3s into empty trips. Think about Spagnuolo's pressure packages. He loves simulated pressure, showing 6, sending 4, confusing protections. With Quinnen, those 4 can be enough on their own. That lets you drop 7 and still move the quarterback off his spot. Picture 3rd and 7 with Jones and Quinnen aligned in a double 3-tech look, Karlaftis wide, and a back confused about who to chip. Run a TE stunt inside, let Jones pick the guard, and watch Quinnen loop into daylight. If they slide protection, Karlaftis eats. If they don't, the pocket caves. The ripple effects hit the back end too. Corners can squat more aggressively on outbreaking routes when they trust the ball has to come out on time. Safeties can disguise late without fearing 4 seconds of coverage. Turnover luck becomes turnover design. And you're also future-proofing the run defense. In January, teams chase balance. They try to steal 5 yards a pop to keep Mahomes on the bench. Quinnen erases those plans by winning first down almost by himself. Okay, so how would Kansas City actually pull this off? Step 1 is value. If the ask is hovering around a premium pick, you first decide if that chip moves your trophy odds enough to justify the price. When the player moves your odds and fits your culture, you lean yes. Step 2 is cap mechanics. Kansas City can create space with standard tools, convertible bonuses, in-season restructures, and stacking guarantees into future years that already assume a Mahomes-era window. You're not mortgaging the future if the player you're buying will still be dominant during that future. Step 3 is roster equilibrium. You don't make this move to be cute, you make it to raise your playoff floor and ceiling simultaneously. It takes snaps off Chris Jones, protects your young edges, and means short-term injuries along the line don't become season-warping crises. The draft pick calculus is straightforward. Late firsts for Kansas City aren't the same as top 12 selections. You're shopping at the back of the aisle, which is a different price tier. You're not surrendering a chance at a sure-thing superstar, you're exchanging a lottery ticket for a known All-Pro. Then there's the locker room. Championship rooms value dudes who do championship things in January. Quinnen has the temperament, the work ethic, and the physicality that plays in cold weather when the game turns into trench warfare. That matters. Let's talk negotiation reality. New York isn't going to give away a franchise anchor for pennies. That's not the scenario. But a late first plus a sweetener, maybe a future conditional pick tied to snap counts or playoff wins, gets you in the conversation without detonating the pipeline. You also explore creative structures. If the deal includes reworking money into guarantees that lower the current year hit, you can thread the needle on cap space. Kansas City's front office has proven it knows how to stack deals, layer void years when necessary, and keep the window open without purging depth. Culturally, Quinnen fits. The Chiefs have built around high-character workers who love ball, handle pressure, and elevate the room. That's been true from the leaders in the locker room to the role players on special teams. You add a star who carries himself like a pro, and that culture strengthens. There's always risk. Big swings can whiff. That's sports. But risk without upside is reckless. Risk with a ring attached is calculated. This is the latter. If you're a Chiefs fan, this rumor hits you right in the dopamine. We've watched this front office hunt for interior help and churn through veteran flyers for years. This is different. This is a one-move answer. Media-wise, the narrative writes itself. The champs just added a sledgehammer next to Jones. Every pregame graphic will show 2 heat maps blazing from the A-gaps. Every quarterback quote becomes, "We need to get the ball out faster." That's tone-setting noise. Fans will ask the right questions too. What's the plan for snap sharing? How does this affect the rotation on obvious passing downs? Can we keep both contracts in balance through the window? Those are good problems to have, and they're the kind of problems contenders create on purpose. For the fan base, this is the moment where you feel the front office riding with you. Push the chips. Keep the window pried open. Make Arrowhead even louder because the ball's getting back to 15-2 possessions earlier than it used to. Let's zoom out to January. The Ravens want to bully you between the guards. The Bills want to go 5 wide and play point guard with their quarterback. The Dolphins want speed to the edges but get queasy when the pocket caves. Interior pressure is the universal solvent for all 3. You know what travels in the playoffs? Defense and lines. A Jones-Quinnen core makes Arrowhead a nightmare and neutral sites feel like home. You flip third downs, you steal 2 possessions a game, and you force opponents to become one-handed. That's how you stack Lombardis. And let's not forget the teams in the bracket that scour for weaknesses. If your soft spot is interior depth after Jones, contenders will hammer it with tempo, draws, and quick game. Add Quinnen and that soft spot becomes a brick wall. You dictate terms, not them. So here's where I land. If there's a real line to a deal, Kansas City should be aggressive, creative, and unapologetic. You don't often get a chance to make your strength overwhelming. You take it. This is about maximizing a dynasty window while the best quarterback on earth is in his prime and your defense is already top tier. Add a second apex predator inside and you change the math for the entire conference. If the phone rings, you answer, and if it doesn't, you call. And Chiefs Kingdom, I want to hear you. Would you push a premium pick to pair Quinnen with Jones? Would you extend him long-term or treat this like a get-the-ring rental? Sound off. And because we're on that push to 5,000 subs, if you're new here, hit that button so you don't miss the next update the second the rumor mill starts spinning again. That'll do it for today's episode of Kansas City Chiefs Today. If you enjoyed the breakdown and want more daily Chiefs news, rumors, and fan-first analysis, make sure you're subscribed and plugged in. Drop your takes in the comments and join the road to 5,000 subs here on Kansas City Chiefs Today.